Welcome back everyone to the Undertale and Deltarune Summer Newsletter. In this video we'll be exploring this new addition to the Undertale Deltarune interview series, Papyrus, which is quite funny because the first interview series was Toby legitimately interviewing Temmie Chang, you know, the artist who worked on his game, and now we're interviewing Papyrus. And this actually started before the newsletter was released on May 30th. Toby Fox just suddenly posted this on Twitter. Everyone ask Papyrus a question? No? Well, for the next 24 hours, now's your chance. Please only ask one question, blah blah blah, and it gives you this little link. Unfortunately, obviously, the interview is over. You cannot send in a question to Papyrus anymore. But when this page was up, it looked like this, and I'm using archive.org to look at what it was, but it was just literally just submit a question to Papyrus, put your question in there, and then you put your name in there, and then you submit. And I don't believe my question. I did actually ask a question while this interview was live, but I don't believe it made it into the newsletter. But quite a few people asked questions, and this actually isn't the first time Toby's done an interview with Papyrus either. He did one on Tumblr like years ago. However, a bunch of people asked what Papyrus's favorite food was, and Toby answered only that question. Repeatedly, through multiple characters, through multiple text boxes. It was this whole thing. It was really funny. I'm not sure if I've ever showed it, but you can probably find it around on YouTube. But it says this time there won't be anything about his favorite food. It was a legitimate Q&A this time. And then there's this response. The Undertale newsletter with Papyrus's responses will be going out in less than 24 hours. So this was... he made that reply like a month after, June 29th. Make sure you signed up. And yeah, of course, if you want to sign up for the Undertale Deltarune newsletter, because I'm showing that off in this video, go sign up here. Like your tier, name, email, and favorite food. So, Toby sent out this tweet, people asked a bunch of questions, and this is the result of that. So, let's read Papyrus's interview. So, this is Papyrus's little interview. You can see it's quite a lot. It's got some decent size to it, which is why I'm putting this in its own video, and obviously, there's different questions this time. So, if you see yourself in this video, call it out. Because, you know, if you're an Undertale fan that asked Papyrus a question, you might be in this interview, and therefore might be in this video as well. So, first question by Beatman. Cereal before milk or after? Milk beforehand, after. Calcium is the most important meal of the day. You know what? Acceptable answer, Papyrus. Before I started drinking water, I used to drink milk a lot. So, I always honestly say... I know Sans plays the trombone, wink wink, but do you play any instruments? From Phineas. Well, as heard in my hit single, Papyrus's cool song, my singing voice is like an orchestra of its own. Otherwise, I've always been interested in the xylophone. Something about its sound tickles my ribs. For anyone that believes Papyrus doesn't like puns, this is your proof. There's tons of it in game, and this, Toby is continuing it, Papyrus likes puns. But also... Papyrus's cool song. You may not know what Papyrus's cool song is. I'm gonna pull that up. So you can see I have a playlist pulled up of all of Undertale's trailers. They're all put in this nice little playlist. And this video was put on Toby Fox's Kickstarter for Undertale. And this explained all the reward tiers, you know, for giving money to the Kickstarter, what the reward tiers were. And this was originally on Toby Fox's old YouTube channel, Full Radiation, but it was unlisted a couple years ago. Not really sure why, but this was the video. It explained all the reward tiers. And here, okay, for $10, download the game. For $30, be credited. Get the soundtrack featuring a vocal track by me, Papyrus. It's called Papyrus's Cool Song. And there's kept going with this joke about Papyrus's song. So it was, I believe, I'm not sure if Papyrus's Cool Song was ever in the rewarded albums they were given, but it was basically just an extra goofy song for this video. If you listen to the full Papyrus's Cool Song, this one. So as you can hear, Papyrus's voice clip, little bite, is in the song, so that's apparently supposed to be him singing in the song. And yeah, so as heard in his hit single, he's great at singing, but also xylophone. It tickles his ribs. Ha 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 ha. Spooky, scary skeletons. Alright, how would you feel if you knew a friend was keeping something from you? Felix. Keeping something from me? You mean, like keeping the bone I gave them as a gift? Displaying it proudly upon their hearth? How I would feel warmth and pride! Please, keep things from me! Oh, Papyrus, you innocent boy. Or maybe he's just spitting the question in a positive light. But that's really funny, because I feel like that might be an obvious reference to Flowey. Or even Sans. Or even Undyne, because there's a lot of neutral endings. I guess mostly Sans. But in a lot of the neutral endings, it is, like, kept from Papyrus. Who exactly you killed, and that it was you who did it. Poor Papyrus. But yeah, an interesting way to answer the question. But, okay, question in Japanese. Can you show us a photo from when you were small? And from Japanese character, I don't know how to say that, but... Okay, here it is! I'm showing it! I'm holding it up! What do you think? That's a photo of you cleaning the sink yesterday. I grow a little every day! That's a tease twice over. Even if you saw the photo, it'd just be from yesterday. From when you were small. Oh boy. But yeah, I don't think Toby's giving away Papyrus, young Papyrus that easily. Alright, what would you do if Sans wasn't your brother? From Prunzel clone. Interesting that a Prunzel is asking this question. You mean if he was my mother? Sans, if you're my mother... I love how he doesn't even go to, like, father. He immediately goes mother. Sans, if you're my mother, would you cut up an apple without me having to ask? Yeah, I have to. Really? Apparently one thing would change. So he still cuts up the apple. But after Papyrus asks, I was gonna say, Sans is a bit motherly / older brotherly to Papyrus anyways. I mean, doesn't he canonically read Papyrus a goodnight story? I think that's mentioned in one of the neutral endings. Alright, Dear Papyrus, do you polish your skull? From Crowhead. Try mayonnaise for a pristine sheen. Oh god, Papyrus and Cursed Care Products continues. Doesn't he dab mayonnaise behind his ear, his quote-unquote ear, in his battle anyways? Isn't that mentioned? Oh no, Papyrus. What's your opinion on macaroni and mayonnaise? I believe it's a delicacy. Oh, we're continuing with the mayonnaise. From Rames Jandal. Macaroni, I give my highest marks. However, mayonnaise is a beauticious oil. You're not supposed to eat that. I eat it. Case in point! I mean, you are supposed to eat a papaya. He's so confidently incorrect. But at the same time, I can't judge him for using Sans as a case in point of what not to eat. How does it feel to have such incredibly large muscles? Does it restrict your combat ability? From Zazzle. Of course, Papyrus's bulging muscles that he mentions, I think, twice in game. That he totally has. Yes, at first it slowed me down. However, after weighted training with my battle body, my strength has made me nimble and acrobatic. You landed a kickflip for the first time the other day. I landed a kickflip! A half one. A half one! Show them the video! We recorded him lying on the floor pretending to do tricks and then edited him to look like he's flying through the air. Don't explain it like that! It's a trailer! We'll do it real later. He's trying so hard to be cool. I'm not even sure what a kickflip is. Wait, that's on a skateboard, isn't it? Papyrus, do you even have a skateboard? But I'm kind of disappointed in you, Papyrus. You're the one that usually takes action. You're not one to lay on the floor. I guess they edited him to make him look like he's doing that. I guess he isn't above editing, because he did edit that muscle photo he has. Papyrus, would you smooch a ghost? Oh no, fan the can. If I was in love with a ghost or a ghoul, I would do anything for them. Even... Going anime. Bestow... upon them... a kiss. What? Why is he... What does he do? He's like... He's doing like the... Toby, what is this? He's like... trying to do... looking all anime cool about that. This has got to be like some elaborate reference or a very specific scene Toby thought up in his mind and is trying his best to translate it through text and expressions. But it does kind of avoid the question if he was in love with a ghost. That's either just a reference to Metaton's quiz or maybe a Papyton? Papyrus Metaton shipper post that one. Another Japanese one. Which is better? A day where you woke up thinking you'd have training but you didn't, or a day where you knew it was the day off from the start? For me, it's better to know if it's a day off from the start. I would be disappointed if my training was cancelled. Unless there was something even better waiting instead. So the best thing of all, it would be a surprise party, where I train with all of my friends. That's actually, like, a good question, because it's just a random niche thing about Papyrus. But good to know. I mean, that is very Papyrus. He'd probably want to stick to the plan, and he'd be disappointed in training being cancelled in the first place. He's the active guy. But he'd want a surprise party where he trains. Undyne, do that for him. Undyne would do that for him. Please, Undyne, do that for him. Do you catch yourself in your own traps by Taiagox DPR? By accident? I have never done that. I'm testing them. Want me to untwist the hammock? This is not a hammock, it's a battle net! And as you can see, it's very effective! Oh, Papyrus. I mean, you get caught by your own trap. You get hit by your own traps a couple times on Undertale. You're fooling no one, Papyrus. Papyrus, if you had a pet, what would it be? Emily Ann. Not a dog, that's for sure. I've caulked the walls, but one keeps getting in here. Papyrus, do you think the dog can, like, ooze through the walls? I mean, I know the annoying dog, like, breaks space-time, but I don't think any other dog, or even just him, is specifically oozing through the walls. Okay, I've caulked the walls, but one keeps getting in here. We need to put up some nets. You mean hammocks? Wrong! Sans, no. He's not gonna admit it, Sans. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Oh, this is an important one from JB Sonic. Papyrus, what's your answer? Yes, all fruits are fair game, including the fine kiwi. Pizza toppings, huh? Pizza done. He really likes corn and mayonnaise. What the? That was mayonnaise? You said it was awesome sauce. Sometimes it takes a trick to get you to try new things. That trick isn't for unhealthy food. I would have been fine if he said yes to pineapple being on pizza, but the full answer is just cursed beyond belief. Kiwi. Is it bad I'm tempted to try kiwi? I feel like that'd end badly. It is kind of similar to pineapple, but it's just... I'm just like intrigued by this, but corn and mayonnaise, that just sounds horrible. I'm just imagining like a pizza with its sauce replaced by mayonnaise and corn put on top. Just no. But also Papyrus was tricked into trying mayonnaise. It was awesome stuff. I'm moving on from that one. I'm not sure what to think about that one. Have you ever thought about what you would look like if you were a human? From QnA IRL. The same, but with even more hair. I mean, you'd have skin and bones. I've seen a few good Papyrus human designs, but the one Papyrus is describing, just with him with hair, that makes me think of the... Oh, who made that? The one video that was like a parody of, hey, what's going on? But with Papyrus, and he absorbs Frisk's soul at the start. And it was literally just his, like, god form was just him with hair. Next question, do monsters shower regularly, or do they just kind of live the wild life? From Ba, the heart emoticon. Some don't. Okay, Sans doesn't shower. That was obvious. And some do. Some do. This is where the other people who shower are supposed to show up. Where are they? In the shower. Oh, that makes sense. By the way, when are you going to be done with your bubble bath? When the bubbles run out. Okay, so Sans takes bubble baths instead. I would think Papyrus... No, Papyrus probably would shower. Okay, let me keep reading. When the bubbles run out, he just lets them pop. I see. Well, you seem to be adding more bubble solution. Gotta get clean. And when? Are you planning to go in the water? Just kind of playing it by ear. Just let me take a shower already! Okay, Papyrus take a shower. For efficiency. For water efficiency, I believe. But Sans... He's too lazy to even get in the bubble bath. That's like a new level of lazy that's not even lazy, it's just extra work to be an annoyance. I guess that is Sans though. Now we gotta figure out who in the underground takes baths, who showers, and who just doesn't. Undyne either showers or just doesn't. She probably showers if she has to go like meet Asgo or something. Asgo takes bubble baths, 100%. Toriel? I'm not sure. She could be any three. And then Alphys, when she does, probably showers. But of course, Metaton probably has a lavish bath if he can get in water. I'm not sure if that would like electrocute him. What would you wear for an elegant party? From Kyo. Using black paint, anyone's battle body can become a party body. Transform, tuxedo mode. The tie can be real or not. Papyrus is a true cosplayer. Bravo, Papyrus, bravo. this question. Oh my god, hi! Oh, okay. So I absolutely love Sans and need to know, like, what is Sans' canonical height? You didn't put the apostrophe there, how could you? Is he short or beanpole? From Desperately. Because they desperately need to know? Okay. What? These questions are supposed to be from me! Fine. You know what? I will indulge you. Yeah, that is right. It's a question for Sans, but it was let in here anyways. You know what? I will indulge you. Sans? What's up? How tall is your cannon? Sans' canonical height. I see, Toby. I see. Isn't the cannon yours? For the purposes of this question, I am lending it to you. Okay. So how tall is it? I guess as tall as a short beanpole. Okay, there you have it. Now, remember, next time ask the question to me, not the cannon. that was a trip. We don't even get the height of the cannon. So Sans just uses the worst description for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure we know Sans is short though. Like he's as short as a child. I think he's short, guys. What was your life before you moved into Snowden? From Facade Cake. Before Snowden? Oh, this is the question. This is the question I saw like all over after this newsletter released. Before Snowden? Well, there was green grass and... Hey, shower's free. Ah, he cut us off. Okay, wait, let me finish this. Finally, Sans, finish the questions for me. Sure. The question finished. He just finished the question. Okay, Sans finished the question for me. And that's the last question. So I guess Papyrus immediately went in the shower after the Q&A. But there was green grass. So I've seen a lot of theories on this. I think the most common one is that people instantly went, oh my god, this proves Papyrus was in Deltarune. Because there's no green grass ever in the underground. There's green grass on the ground in Deltarune, and there's none in Undertale. Despite the fact that I think there is some grass in like Asgore's throne room, and I mean the waterfall looks kind of blue because the shading, so I'm not sure, but like people are all saying it must be mean Papyrus is from hometown, and was Toby actually confirming that? I'm not 100% sure, because yes, I mean, either way, this is probably Toby making a meta joke at the very least, sort of teasing at that theory. But I'm not entirely convinced, because the Undertale Kickstarter thing that was already referenced here, that I just showed you, the Papyrus's Cool song up here that he mentioned, yeah. I mean, if I pull up that video again, you can see they're standing on a patch of green grass. There is a patch at the start of the ruins, because I believe that's what that area is, but they are standing on a patch of green grass. So it could just be Papyrus making a meta reference to the Kickstarter backer, you know, reward tier thing that I just showed. So I'm not entirely convinced, because it's either Toby dropping lore, or Toby just making reference to that as a sort of joke, while also simultaneously making it a meta joke. There's a lot of nuance with Toby's humor, and what exactly he's teasing and what he isn't. But it does raise some speculation that at the very least, Toby is aware of it, which is quite funny. But so yeah, that's Papyrus's Q&A. Not too much learned. I mean, that's a pretty big drop in itself, regardless of what Toby actually means by it. But most of them were kind of avoiding the questions, but at the very least, it wasn't different people repeatedly trying to answer what Papyrus's favorite food is, only for Flowey to go and explain that no, it's not spaghetti, it's dinosaur egg oatmeal. So yeah, a lot of just different little details about Papyrus's character. Again, it's Toby being Toby, avoiding confirmation of anything very important. Also, Papyrus apparently enjoys mayonnaise special sauce. Oh my god, calling mayonnaise of all things special sauce. Enjoying mayonnaise and corn on pizza, yeah. He's weird. I mean, we all knew it, but it's a nice Q&A regardless. I liked being able to voice Papyrus for the majority of this, so yeah. That's the Papyrus interview. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I maybe said something that you didn't quite know, helped you understand a reference, but regardless, that's going to be the end of this video and the end of this Q&A. So have a good day, everyone. I'll see you next time, which is probably when the next newsletter releases. Bye-bye.